transmitting live from the future.
Good morning. I'm DM Bigfoot, and this is the book report. Now, I firmly believe that stories are important, like vitally important, like food and shelter important. Like if we as a society didn't have stories, then society would collapse. The fabric of reality would unravel reality, would unravel buildings, crumble. Maybe I got a little bit carried away there. But stories are important because they're the greatest teachers we have. Stories help us pass on some very basic information, and whether it's the Bible or Spider-Man, they set examples for us to follow or not to follow. Stories show us, rather than tell us, important life lessons and moral messages. Unless you're Aesop and you put the moral message at the end of the story, like we don't get it or something. So I love stories and all that they do for us, the perspective that they give us, the insight that they give us. But there is one area where I feel that there isn't enough stories to help guide us. You know, there are plenty of stories out there that'll teach you all sorts of things. They'll teach about when to fight and what to fight for, how to treat others, what is and isn't yours. But there are very, very few stories that teach you how to actually love. And when I say love, I don't mean like storybook love. I mean like real, actual, in a relationship with another person that you care deeply about kind of love. Clumsy does. Clumsy is the autobiographical story of Jeffrey Brown, the author, and his relationship with his girlfriend at the time, Teresa. Now, what's probably the most odd about Clumsy is that it's not told as a single overarching story. Instead, it's a bunch of small stories, and each one just gives one little moment, one little glimpse into their life. And together, they create this sort of brilliant collage, this beautiful collage of Jeff and Teresa's roller coaster of a relationship. And did that just ring? It was nothing. Now, when I said roller coaster of a relationship, what did you imagine? Did you imagine some sweeping romance with exciting thrills? Perhaps they're members of rival families and their love is forbidden? Maybe they meet at a smoky, dark nightclub. They're across the bar from each other and they fall in love the moment they see each other. But then there's some sort of disaster, an earthquake, a fire, and they're lost in the crowd and they have to test their wits and their love to find each other once again. Or did you imagine like an actual roller coaster? How about this? Do you want to lay in my lap? No. I lean back and I feel sick. I lean against you and I feel sicker. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, my poor baby. Or this. I farted. I know. I just wasn't going to say anything. Aw, that's so sweet. You see, Jeff and Teresa's relationship was a normal one. There was no external force trying to tear them apart. Neither of them was dying of a disease or about to be sent to war or anything. They're just two people in love. And if it's the first thing this book teaches you, is that that is the only thing you need to be thrown onto that roller coaster. Now, Clumsy isn't the first book to talk about relationships in this real way, but I think it's one of the most honest. And if you've ever tried to be honest, if you ever tried to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, you probably know how difficult it is. especially when that truth involves the personal, intimate, and often embarrassing moments of your relationships. But Jeff is honest.
Will you draw me some kitties in pots now? Why don't you draw them? I like your picture. I can't draw. I want Jeff kitties. Well, I want to draw in my sketchbook. Fine. Well, everyone is always asking me to draw things for them. Why can't I say no once in a while? I just thought it'd be something for us to work on together.
Now, it's Jeff's honesty that I think is the key to the real magic in Clumsy. It's his honesty that really makes us feel how he felt in those experiences. And I think this is enhanced by the art. It's simple and maybe a little childish. I really don't like to use that word. Childish makes me think that it's unprofessional, and that's just not true. Jeffrey Brown is a professional artist. He knows exactly what he's doing. And the art in Clumsy does a specific job. It enhances the story by reflecting the vulnerability of it. The mistakes and the wonkiness just help you connect with the story. It makes these true events feel just that much truer. Now, I know that not every event in Clumsy happened exactly the way as it happened in the book, for many reasons. Primary one being that there's no way that Jeff could remember what everyone was doing and saying in exactly those moments. And I doubt he was carrying around a tape recorder or something to record them. Or was he? The point is that they feel real, and Jeff has this almost magical talent to bottle raw emotion and unleash it upon you as you're reading.
Can we please do this tomorrow? So what, I have to wait till tomorrow to have my heart broken? I guess so. Well, I need some kind of closure. I feel like you've given up on us and you're not telling me anything. What am I supposed to feel when you say you don't want to see me anymore? Because I'm tired of hurting you and hurting myself, and I can't do it anymore. It's done, Jeff. It's over. I did everything you asked. It's not anything either of us did. It just wasn't meant to be. Will you still call me tomorrow night? I'll try.
Good stories can change us. They can shape us. They can give us new perspectives on life. Clumsy is one such story, at least for me. You see, in my personal relationships, I found it difficult or embarrassing to be completely honest sometimes. I shied away from talking about concerns or preferences, but after reading Clumsy, I thought, heck, if Jeff can be this brutally honest with countless strangers, then maybe I can start to be a little bit more honest myself. And it's on that note that I'd like to talk a little bit more directly. About what? Sex. Hello, and welcome to the Sexy Corner. It's here in the Sexy Corner, sitting on my sexy chair, that I'd like to commend Jeff for his portrayal of sex. How does he portray it? Well, just normally. It's not hyped up, it's not extra farcically sensual. It's just one facet of their relationship. You see, sex is usually portrayed as this huge monster, right? There's all these expectations and this awkwardness, especially at first you want to make sure you're doing it right. There's all these products for protection and enhancement that just thinking about it can make it much less enjoyable. In Clumsy, sex is just one of the million things that makes up their relationship collage. It's not some huge monster. It is but one tentacle on that huge monster called love. Actually, that analogy probably wasn't the best. Probably not appropriate. Sorry about that. In the end, I think Clumsy's honesty teaches us one big thing. that it's okay to be you, even if that means you're going to screw up sometimes. That you don't have to hide yourself or lie just because you think you can't take the emotional hit. That roller coaster of emotion is supposed to feel like it's just about to go off the rails sometimes, and that it will eventually settle back down. More than likely just in time for the next drop or sharp turn. It teaches us that no matter who you are, how perfect or broken you think you are, sometimes you're going to trip and sometimes you're going to fall. But you'll just get back up, solid in the knowledge that everyone, and I mean everyone, is clumsy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Book Report, and I hope you check out Clumsy by Jeffrey Brown. And if you liked it, why don't you check out some of his other books, like Unlikely, or How I Lost My Virginity, Any Easy Intimacy, Little Things, A Memoir in Slices, or some of his non-autobiographical works, like Big Head, his superhero parody, The Incredible Changebots, his Transformers parody, very good, and I'm Going to Be Small, his collection of small comedy comic strips. And if that kind of relationship story is your thing, then I definitely recommend you check out Mike Birbiglia. He's a comedian, and his stuff is very similar to Jeffrey Brown in that it is very, very true, and it's very, very, very funny. So let me know down in the comments some of your favorite books and why you love them so much. What about those books really affected you? Tell me if there's any books you think I would enjoy. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.